Some things are overrated. That is not overrated. Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farm. I'm back out here with Daniel Arms from Arms Family Homestead, and he's still over there playing with that Moschio flail mower or mulcher or whatever you want to call it. Now we're going to try out this mini clip. This is from Precision Manufacturing, same company that makes my tree puller, and this is an extendable tree shear. At ground level you can cut small trees down, or up in the air you can cut off pretty good sized branches. So we're going to put it to work on his TYM T574 57 horsepower tractor, and I'm wanting to get the same thing for the skid loader. So getting to test it on a good sized tractor is going to give me a feel for if this is really something that's going to be useful for me. So we're going to get that hooked up, and we're going to mulch up some tree branches from the mulcher and the flail mower. We're going to mulch with both and see which one is more convenient. Should be a lot of fun. I haven't got all day.
Well, when you're working by yourself, it takes a while.
He acts like I ought to be helping him.
Get the leverage.
I like the look of it. I think Tony would say woo doggy about now. So we just hooked up one hydraulic line, one set of hydraulics to your third function, but we've got two cylinders here. So it's got like its own diverter or something, that, because this is open and close on the clamp, then this cylinder down here rotates.
Yep. So there's basically a battery powered, and I didn't build this, so I don't know all the correct terminology, but a battery powered diverter, and they make a little key fob looking device that you control in the cab. You can just hold it in your hand, and when you turn this on, it allows you to divert that, what your hydraulic function, your third function will do. You just hold a button down on the key fob, and your third function goes from controlling the jaw to controlling the twist.
So if you're interested in one of these, you can order them on agfolks.com, and I believe you've got a code for agfolks.
Yes.
For this is
it's Arms Family 5, I believe, is the code on agfolks.
And this same unit can go on a skid loader, but they also have a bigger one that hydraulically extends, which probably better for the skid loader.
Yeah, and this works great on the tractor. I think this would be even better on a skid steer, because your visibility, you're sitting here and you can see the jaw a lot closer. Now, trimming trees up in the air, this is great. I have a little bit of visibility issue when I try to trim a tree at the ground. You know, it's just hard to see over the hood of the tractor.
All right, well, I think we're going to go trim some trees. all the trimming we're doing today is just routine property maintenance because these branches hang down low enough that they're scraping his tractor cab as he drives under them to mow. And it's really an ideal use for this and makes quick work of it compared to a pole saw. Now, you guys know I make a lot of equipment videos, so that's what I'm focusing on while I'm up here with Daniel. But just in case you haven't seen his channel, it's called the Arms Family Homestead, and he's got a really nice selection of equipment, but they do a lot of other things like hunting and fishing, and it is a homestead. They do firewood, and they've got a lot of animals. It's almost like a petting zoo. So it's honestly one of my favorite channels to watch. So just in case you haven't seen it, go check out Arms Family Homestead. The link will be in the description. We were getting ready to put the wood chipper on the tractor, and we were kind of comparing my wood chipper to Daniel's wood chipper, pros and cons, and then we started talking about the idea of just chipping these branches up with this flail mower. Now, if you missed it, I had a full video out yesterday about this flail mower and how heavy built it is. It's made by Mulching, really an impressive unit, and we mulched up quite a bit of this smaller stuff. But then I kind of stopped before I got into the large section of the branches that are just too much to be trying to chop up with a mower of any type. So I honestly don't know if that Mulching mulcher is designed to mulch that up, but I bet it was quicker and easier than it would be with the chipper. Now we're getting ready to run the chipper over here and see. I'm interested to see how that chipper does compared to mine, but man, that was made quick work of that little pile. So I've had the opportunity to test out several different types of grapples, but they were all the style that had the longer bottom jaw. So I really liked that I got to try this clamshell grapple from Homestead Implements. I can definitely see where this style of grapple has advantages, although the type with the longer bottom jaw is probably better for big logs. I know I'm going to be in trouble, but we both forgot hearing protection. We're not going to run it that long. Because some things are overrated. That is not overrated. Because when you shove those in, it's contacting the flywheel on mine. It will vibrate your hands off.
Now this one's going through.
Yeah, there's a lot of limbs coming off of it.
It's only 2-inch diameter. It's just limbs.
Reverse it. Now push it back in. Turn it a little bit. A lot of times you just turn it a different direction. It's just too much for it to get a hold of sometimes. Go back.
Tree hit the leaf, hit the stop. We have to cut it. It won't pull that wire.
Needles don't really shred.
Stuff like this is the only thing I've had an issue with it, where it's got a real wide Y. If it can't squeeze it down and break it, it has a hard time sucking it in and just won't pass through. Sometimes you have to trim those off. See what I mean? You can't get past that Y, so grab that chainsaw. Well, it's rated.
Is that 5-inch maybe?
Yeah, it's rated for 8, so as long as you take it slow, it's usually just choosing right up.
Well, Brock, I really appreciate. Wait, I'm on this side.
We got to switch sides.
Yeah,
right?
I got to switch.
Brock's, he's got this weird issue. I don't know if you guys know about it. I don't even know what you call it. Why do you always have to be on that side?
It's just a weird issue. I think it's the
It's
technical term for it.
It's like me after years in law enforcement. When we go into a restaurant, my wife knows I'm not going to sit anywhere except with my back to a wall or back to where I can see the whole restaurant. And she's like, it's so annoying, but it's like she knows. She don't even try to sit where she puts my back to the door anymore.
Yeah. So I had a great time today. You guys know I love running equipment and comparing different ways to do the same job, different products, and I got a lot of opportunity to do that today. The Woodland Mills, I would definitely purchase that instead of the one I have because for one, it's cheaper, and second, I think the in-feed roller is a benefit, although it is a little bit quirky getting used to how to deal with it.
If you had perfectly straight limbs that didn't have Ys on them, that in-feed roller, you could literally put your log or your limb in there and it would suck the whole thing in while you go get the next one. But sometimes those Ys, if they get turned up, the roller can't break that Y down and suck it in.
I also liked getting a feel for the Homestead Implements Grapple. That is a different style of grapple with the clamshell, whereas mine have the long bottom rake. That was pretty easy to get the hang of. I was happy with that. And of course the Flail Mower, but the biggest thing, I really enjoyed getting to run that tractor.
Yeah,
because if you're trying to decide, you know, is that right for you, it's good to get a little test drive in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was when I first made a deal with TYM with our YouTube channel. This was a sight unseen deal, and that was scary going out. If you wouldn't buy a car sight unseen, I wouldn't. I'm gonna go test drive it, and I took a chance with TYM because they're not super popular in our area, but I love that tractor. I put about 115 hours on it, and it's been phenomenal. It's great. It's a tier 2 tractor. You know, everybody wants to know how does it compare to John Deere or Kubota. Well, it's different. It's not, but this tractor is about $15,000 less than a comparable John Deere. You know, so there's some features you don't get.
And I was only in it a couple hours, but it was comfortable and easy to use, so I didn't have any complaints. Nice. Like I said earlier, the stability of that size of tractor is really appealing. Mine, the smaller tractors just feel tippy.
Yep,
but,
I agree.
So it was a really good day, and I've got a long drive to head back tonight, but I really appreciate you having me, and we'll see you on the next one.